EU law and external trade relations. EU enlargement. The European Coal and Steel Community or SCSC was established by 6 foundation members in 1951 in the France, Germany, Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg, and Italy. Next is the set of criteria for a country to join the EU. First is the democracy and rule of law. Second is functioning market economy. And third is ability to implement EU laws. Next is the EU institution. First, the European Council. It is the summit of the heads of state and government of all EU countries. It sets the overall guidelines for EU policies and dealing with complex or sensitive issues that cannot be resolved at a lower level of intergovernmental cooperation. Ang European Council kay meeting ang mga leaders like presidents or mga prime minister ug ang tanan nga 27 countries sa European Union. Ug dili sila pwede maghimo og balaod. Ang ilang trabaho is paghatag og direction or guide para sa plano nila sa EU. Next is B, the European Parliament. It is directly elected by and it is the voice of the EU people for a term of office for 5 years. It is one of the EU's main law-making institutions and decides EU laws, budgets together with the Council of Ministers. Ang European Parliament, it is the group elected by the people of the EU to stand para mutabang sa paghimo sa balaod ug pag-decide sa budget uban sa mga Council of Ministers. Next is C, the Council of Ministers, the Council of the EU. The voice of the member states, it is the supreme decision-making body of the EU. It manages the common foreign and security policies. Ang Council of the European Union maunang mga group of ministers from each EU country ug sila ang manage sa foreign ug security policy. Then ang mga Council of Ministers has na sila mga tasks, 6 silahang mga tasks. First is the passes EU laws. Second, coordinates the broad economic policies of EU member countries. Third is concludes agreement between the EU and other countries. Fourth, approves the annual EU budget. Fifth, develops the EU's foreign and defense policies. And sixth, coordinates cooperation between courts and police forces of member countries. The next is D, the European Commission promoting the common interest. The European Commission is the EU's executive body and has the competence to propose with new legislation. It has 27 commissioners, one from each EU country. They work for the interests of the whole EU, not just their own country. And also, it is a group of that runs and manages the EU. Next is E, Court of Justice of the European Union. It is the common judicial institutions of the EU and the European Atomic Energy Community. Na sila ay 3 courts. First is the Court of Justice, second, the General Court, and the third, the Civil Service Tribunal. The first court of justice, before entry into force of the Lisbon Treaty on December 2009, this was known as European Court of Justice or ECJ. It is composed of 27 judges, 1 judge per EU country, and held by 8 advocates general. Ang Court of Justice Japon kay naay mga task which is the interpretation of the EU law to make sure if gina-apply ba siya in the same way sa tanan EU countries. Next is settlement of the legal disputes between EU governments and EU institutions to help the Court of Justice cope with the large number of cases brought before it and to offer citizens better legal protection. Next is a General Court created in 1988. Ang General Court is made up of at least one judges from each member state. They are appointed for a term of office of 6 years which is renewable. The last is the Civil Service Tribunal, created in 2004. Ilang task is to examine the legality of the EU measures and ensure the uniform interpretation and application of the EU law. EU law structure. There are three pillars. The first pillar is the law concerning economic and social rights. The second pillar is concerning the EU Common Foreign and Security Policy or CFSP. The third pillar concerning police and judicial cooperation in criminal matters. Ang first pillar is found in the Treaty of the European Communities signed at Rome in 1957. After entry into force of the Lisbon Treaty on December 2009, the SC law became the EU law. Second is established under the Treaty of the European Union. All three pillars constitute the European Union law. Next is the sources of the EU law. First is the legislation. Ang EU legislation kay gi-divide siya into primary and secondary legislation. The first is the primary legislation. Ang primary legislation is mao niyang pinaka-main or basic na law of the EU nga nagaset og goals, rules, decision-making, and process and powers. Ang secondary legislation is European Union mao ang law nga gihimo sa mga institutions like European Commission, European Parliament, and Council of Ministers para ma-achieve ang goals. Ang secondary legislation this was includes regulations, directives, decisions, recommendations, and opinions. Ang regulations are binding and directly applicable in all member states without needing national legislation. Ang directive naghatag siya goals para ang member states must achieve but allow them to decide how to implement those goals through their own laws. Next is decisions is binding on specific individuals, companies, or member states they are addressed to. Ang recommendations o opinion are not legally binding and only provide guidance or express views on certain matter. Next is direct effects of EU laws. Enables European citizens to rely directly on rules of the EU law before their national courts. Next is the two categories of direct effect, which is the horizontal direct effect and the vertical. First is the horizontal direct effect. Acts such as treaties and regulations and citizens may sue one another on the basis of this act. 2 is vertical. Ang horizontal means that EU laws like treaties and regulations can be used directly by people to legal action against other people or companies without needing the law to be changed into national law first. The second is the vertical. Effect refers to the ability of individuals to invoke EU law against the state of public authorities in national courts, EU laws can be enforced against governments or public bodies, not directly against private individuals or companies. The objectives of the EU external trade relations or trade policy. Two main objectives of the EU policy. First is lower barriers to the EU export and EU investment. Secondly, improve the conditions for third country operators importing into the EU, especially TCS. B is the other objectives. They are no longer use merely tariffs. Relationship between trade and environment, trade and labor rights, and trade and human rights. This is my conclusion. EU laws provides the foundation for the European Union's growth, enlargement, and strong external trade relations. Through its institutions and legal system, the EU ensures cooperation among member states, fair trade policy, and the promotion of economic development, democracy, and global partnership.